Today on Lessons in Life and Love with Coach Riana Milne, an introduction to the mindset for success in life and love. What is the watch me attitude and the motivational mindset for success? I'll give you some examples of how to use this. How the mindset helps you make wise choices, reach your purpose in life, and live in positivity. And third, using the mindset for success in life and love relationships and business. And fourth, what are the 7 Ds for success to create that life you desire and to have the love that you deserve? All this and more on show 97 of Lessons in Life and Love with Coach Riana Milne.
Welcome to Lessons in Life and Love with Riana Milne, where we show you how to have the positive mindset for success in all life areas. It's time to have the life you desire and the love you deserve.
Hello, everyone, and welcome to Season 4 and Show 97 of the Lessons in Life and Love podcast. I'm your host and Global Life and Love Coach, Riana Milne, coming to you every Friday on lessonsinlifeandlove.com website and all your favorite podcast apps. I'm all about helping you transform your life in all areas into one that you're passionate about and to help you attract and have the love that you deserve. I'm on a mad mission to change the way the world loves, so you'll learn how to have emotionally healthy, evolved, and conscious love and how to avoid toxic, painful, traumatic relationships which seem too prevalent today. It's time to help you create the life you desire and to have the love that you deserve. So if any time during the week you have a personal concern, I invite you to meet with me for a Life and Love Transformation Discovery Session and Assessment. Just sign up at my website, rianamilne.com. You'll see we have an incredible promotion going on for only $47 for this assessment, and it's a $500 value. So let's dive in, love angels and transformers. Today's show is a synopsis from my book, Live Beyond Your Dreams, From Fear and Doubt to Personal Power, Purpose, and Success. This is one of the keystone educational tools that I use for my coaching clients, whether they're in the group dating to mating, whether a couple, married or exclusive, they're young people in life transition, or they're in my VIP coaching program. It's all about using the mindset for success, which is so important to really have the life that you love. So what is the watch me mindset? What drove you to want to hear this podcast? Well, maybe you have a burning desire to accomplish a certain goal, but your fears and negativity just paralyze you, preventing you from getting started at all. Or you have been working towards your dreams, but friends and family laugh at your endeavors and make you feel as if you're just not good enough or that you'll never succeed. Perhaps you have this nagging, negative, critical inner voice that constantly puts you down, ruining your confidence and self-esteem and your chance of reaching your goals. Or just maybe something in your life may not be working quite right, or you're experiencing a horrific, unexpected transition, making you feel so overwhelmed and stressed out, or anxious and depressed. I know during the time of COVID, many people are feeling this way right now, whether they're losing their jobs, worried about their bills, worried how about their kids are doing when it comes to going back to school, or possibly you've dared to dream of achieving exactly what you want in life, and you wonder, how are you going to go from dreaming to living the reality of that dream? You see other people do it. It seems so easy. How did they get from A to Z? How can you do it too? I mean, it's one thing to think and ponder and imagine the vision of the ideal life, and yet it's another to absorb the vision, have it be your driving force and purpose, and live each day on the path to actually achieving those dreams, yet at the same time having a life of balance. The Watch Me motivational mindset for success will inspire you to reach and live your inner vision, enabling you to keep an intense focus to create the life that you exactly want. By living totally in the now, in the moment, you will realize that each day is truly a gift, and you'll make powering decisions that go to create a future that will pay off instead of dwelling on the past where depression lies. Each day is an opportunity to take one more step forward towards a well-balanced life full of purpose and peace, inner light, a sense of spirituality, and the contentment of a life that's fully lived. Meditating on these concepts is how you prepare daily for personal, lifelong happiness and success. I mean, would you believe it if I said to you that no matter what your current age, you can reach that degree of personal happiness and joy and peace and success if you learn the techniques of the Watch Me mindset for success? Well, I truly believe all humans were born with incredible God-given talent and potential. So I know that the answer to that is a yes. The Watch Me mentality is simply an inner motivational program. It helps you to reach your goals, your dreams, your desires, and your purpose. It's really the foundation of what my coaching program is on. It's a motivational self-talk system that helps you ease your stress, anxiety, and any overwhelming depression during a difficult challenge or transition in life. And let's face it, we all have those. And some people can excel through challenges and change, and other people just really suffer through them. What's the difference? How you interpret it and the choices that you make and the mindset of how you proceed each day and the choices that you make. You see, humans are normally quick to jump to fear-based thinking when faced with an unexpected traumatic situation. They can also go quickly into that pity me victim mentality and attitude and feel sorry for themselves because they're retelling the stories to all their friends of the injustices that were forced upon them or the insecurities that they had told to them and felt from their parents when they were young. This negativity comes from overwhelming emotional pain and a faulty coping mechanism, and that was never taught to you when you were a child. There is definitely a better way to handle unplanned, painful, challenging transitions. I discovered this for myself when I was in my young 20s, and at 26 years old, I had two young, small, incredibly beautiful daughters. My husband's business failure had left us with $750,000 in debt, and we were definitely having to go into a bankruptcy. I was afraid, stressed out to the max, depressed and anxious, and I knew I had to do something to change my life and my life circumstances. You see, we had a chocolate store at that time, and I was doing all the marketing and public relations. I had us on television, in the newspapers. I had buses coming to the chocolate factory, which I created, doing the history of chocolate. I had on the top news channels coming in to review it. We had all natural chocolate and custom gorgeous chocolate boxes with black velvet and gold stamps and burgundy velvet. It was an incredible business until my husband decided to take on his own choices and sign a deal for 17 stores to go inside malls. Well, I was livid because, of course, chocolate doesn't work well all year round, and to pay the rents that are very high in a mall situation, I knew it was the beginning of the end. And soon after, despite the fact that he didn't listen to my opinion in business, we went out of business and were faced with this kind of debt. I handled the bankruptcy because he was too depressed to do it. At the same time, I was working a full-time job and handling my daughters and making sure I still bathed them every night and read them a bedtime story. I was doing it all, and I was super tired, exhausted, and stressed out. I knew I couldn't live this way anymore. I felt 55 years old and I was only 25. When I told my husband I wanted a divorce because I couldn't take the stress of his poor financial and business decisions any longer, he tore apart my model and talent office, something I just started with my first month's rent. It looked like a tornado had hit it, and everything I had built with just pure energy, a ton of prayers, and my first month's rent was totally destroyed. Looking at the mess of his tantrum, he screamed at me, "Watch how far you'll get in this town without my name." And I said, "Watch me," very boldly and very clearly. And I didn't know where the strength it had come from, and I didn't know at that exact moment what my answers and solutions were going to be. But this defining moment signified my newfound confidence that I could do anything if I set my mind to it, and became the woman I knew I could be. I knew my life couldn't get any worse, and I would probably be much better off not having the stress of living with this day after day. It was time for a change, and I had to reinvent myself for a better life for myself and for my daughters. This was the birth of the Watch Me mindset. Ladies, I know you're successful in business or try very hard every day to be your best. But are you still struggling when it comes to feeling successful in life and love? Today's world and love relationships can be difficult. But what is the difference between who is happy in life and love and who isn't? Is it just life circumstances and the partners one pick? Or is it something deeper on a more psychological and unconscious level? As a certified life, love, and mindset coach, I want to help you understand what could be sabotaging you or keeping you stuck in life, love, or business. So I'm offering a free masterclass on Thursday, August 20th at 7 p.m. Eastern Standard Time called How and Why the Mindset for Success Transform Your Life and Success in Love. Just use my guest code bit.ly mindset number 4 success class. That's bit.ly mindset 4 success class. And you'll understand by the end why you may be struggling or feel stuck in life and love, how you can be more successful in your chosen career or create a business that you do love, how you can eliminate any negative, unconscious, fear-based thoughts and patterns, and more. This class is held on Zoom, and there's $700 in free gifts when you stay to the end. Register today with the guest code that is in the show notes. That's the bit.ly Mindset for Success class, because class size is very limited. See you in class, and don't be late because you won't want to miss a thing. It's not about walking around with a sense of entitlement or arrogance or ego. Really, it's quite the opposite. It's a very humbling, self-centered type of focus. The program consists of constant mental, positive self-talk, daily reflection and meditation, and following the core lessons that I teach my clients over 4 to 6 months, as well as spiritual principles with every choice that it makes. It involves knowing exactly what you want, defining your goals, your dreams, your desires for life, love, and business, and using the 7 Ds to get there, which is decide you're going to change your life. To me, that's one of the most important, because without that firm decision, nothing changes at all. Second is desire. The desire has to be strong because there's going to be hard times and challenges. But when you've made a firm decision and you've got the desire burning in your heart and your soul, you're going to keep going, which leads to determination. You're determined to make things go, to make it successful, no matter what the challenge is. And the dedication comes, the next one, when you know that you may have to change what you've been working on. You have to decide to do it another way, but your dedication is there no matter what. Devotion is a spiritual belief and the faith that you are going to reach your goals and dreams, and you're devoted every day to renewing that faith, that spiritual gratitude, the devotion to the dream, and keep going with a positive attitude. Dare to dream was one that always my dad used to say, dream big, baby, and live large. My dad was such an incredible man. So dare to dream in the 5 Ds that he originally told me has since been expanded to the 7 Ds. And I've used them since I've been a teenager to reach my goals and dreams, and taught them to my daughters, who also know how to reach their goals and dreams in life, love, and business. And the last one after dare to dream is the drive, because when times get tough or you're tired or you're feeling exhausted, the drive pushes you to get you through no matter what. This 7 Ds philosophy I use all the time without thinking about it. It's just part of my makeup now. And if you can learn it, it's incredible. The Watch Me mindset also includes clarifying what you want and need in a healthy relationship. It's important to know the traits that an emotionally healthy, evolved, and conscious person has, and to know what a toxic person is. So then you have the strength and the intelligence and the wisdom to know what is positive for you and what is not, and be determined not to settle for anything that's unhealthy. A toxic person or personality type is someone who is negative, controlling, angry, addicted, demanding, demeaning, moody, inconsistent, lying, lacks integrity, or who tries to hold you back from your higher purpose and dreams because of their own lack of self-esteem. When you're in an evolved relationship and you're a spiritual human being, you'll find you couldn't possibly endure a toxic relationship or person that's full of anger, deceit, and abuse. Having the inner strength to move forward, release this person in love and without anger, yet get out of the toxic relationship may be difficult, especially for a woman with children to support. Believe me, I know. I was young and I had to do this for myself. And even though it's not easy, you will develop the inner strength to do whatever it takes to have peace in your life for you and your kids. And there is no price we can put on peace. I know men with children also hesitate to leave a toxic relationship because they hate the thought of breaking up the family and and becoming a part-time dad. I've counseled and coached a lot of these fathers who've given up their toxic partners because they've given them chances after chances, but eventually they leave due to the heavy emotional toll it takes on them to stay. I encourage them to get even more involved with their kids once they're separated, maybe by becoming a coach, doing hobbies together, traveling on special vacations, and making sure their time together is indeed quality time. No matter your situation or whether you're male or female, through prayer and study, meditation, and living with his philosophy, these motivational techniques will carry you through the toughest of times. The Motivational Mindset for Success program, which I have incorporated in dating to mating for singles, relationship rescue for couples, and life transition coaching for younger people, they all help you to acquire the inner wisdom to make wise choices based on your personal purpose in life, and it will give you the strength to pursue your passion without letting anyone else bring you down in the process. Even though we hear negative comments from those we admire and love that will amount to nothing, that we're not good enough or pretty enough or talented enough to do this or strong enough or smart enough or even privileged enough to succeed. This list can go on forever, right? But we develop the strength and the inner fortitude to move on with our goals and dreams despite what other people say or think. And unfortunately, we're often told at a very young age that we won't succeed by those who we trust. Our parents, our siblings, our coaches, and our teachers who feel that we're just not as good as someone else. So it's best if we just give up that dream. Bullshit. I don't believe it. And I didn't teach that to my kids either. When Alexi told me she wanted to put water wells in Africa at age 19 years old, I didn't tell her dream was stupid. I said, babe, that's beautiful. Wow, I believe you can do it. What do I need to help you? And she, took it upon herself to do this with her best friend. And by the time they were 20 and 21, they were in Africa finding out what the biggest needs were. I believed in her dream and cheered her on. Same thing when she wanted to become a pop star. And her father laughs at her and tells her that's a effing joke. Me, I said, let's do this, babe. I know you can do it and let's reach your dreams. And she sings on 3 multi-platinum CDs. So guess what? If you believe it, you can do it. And all you need is yourself to be your biggest cheerleader. And it would help if you had one other person who believes in you. Hopefully that is a mom or a dad. But if it's not, it could be a best friend, a coach, a teacher, a mentor. But at the very least, you always have yourself and God believing in your dreams. So don't give it up. And when these people tell us that we're not good enough, then we become programmed to think these negative thoughts that defeat us before we even try. And this stays with us while we're an adult. Many people who were emotionally or physically abused or abandoned when they were young often turn inward as adults with low self-doubt and self-esteem. This could eventually develop into various mental health disorders that may include depression, anxiety, mood or adjustment disorders, bipolar disorders, borderline personality disorder, and antisocial personality disorder, and could lead to a variety of addictions. The ACOA, which stands for Adult Child of an Alcoholic or Other Childhood Traumas, that personality type may also have some of these disorders emerge after entering into a long-term love relationship. Individuals who may be suffering with a mental health disorder could become toxic to you and your soul and your life, and it's best to try to identify these people early on. Yes, for sure, they can get help, but they definitely need to want it. You cannot convince someone else to get help or to change. People generally do not change unless they totally want the change for themselves. With the motivational mindset, they can change and achieve anything. Without it, they stay complacent. You can save yourself a lot of heartache if you see the red flags and warning signs of one or several disorders early on. These toxic partners can drain your spirit, causing turmoil in your life, as well as mentally or emotionally depleting you and just making you exhausted. This is what we call energy vampires. As children, we're all born with a perfect innocence, able to do whatever we dream to do. But somewhere along our journey in life, we became jaded because our mentors, parents, or teachers told us in many ways that we can't do something or do it well. Our clients always look for what can we do? So important of the mindset. We accept that we'll be challenged in life, but it doesn't shake us up. Instead, they know the positive skills to do, and it starts with, what can I do? Once you know the methods of the Watch Me motivational mindset that are introduced in the book Live Beyond Your Dreams and are taught extensively in my coaching programs, then you'll be able to say silently and in a strong and assertive and yet a calm and confident way, watch me. We're going to break for a commercial commercial, and I'll be right back. Ladies, I know you're successful in business or try very hard every day to be, but are you still struggling when it comes to life, love, and overall happiness? Well, I can help. I'm offering a free class called How and Why the Mindset for Success Transforms Your Life and Success in Love on Thursday, August 20th at 7 p.m. Eastern Time. Just register as my free guest at bit.ly/Mindset for Success class. I will clearly explain that even though life and love can be challenging, there are major differences between who is happy and who isn't. It's not just life circumstances and partner selection. It's something on a more deeper and unconscious level. By the end of class, you'll learn why you may be struggling in life, love, or business and feel genuinely unhappy, how you can be more successful in your chosen career or create a business that you love, and how you can eliminate any negative, unconscious, fear-based thoughts and sabotaging behavioral patterns to have a more peaceful, confident, more focused, and empowered life full of purpose and love. I'll explain the strategies to creating an amazing life and attracting and keeping an emotionally healthy love. Join me in my Zoom classroom and get $700 in free gifts when you stay to the end. Register today for free with my guest code, bit.ly/Mindset for Success class, because class size is very limited. I'll see you on Thursday night, August 20th at 7 p.m. Eastern, and be on time because you won't want to miss a thing. Watch me to yourself is where the journey begins. These two words could become a living and loving motto in your mind, almost like a chant that you repeat over and over again if someone tries to push your emotional triggers. This is the starting point, or what we call point A. And this can happen at any stage or at any age in life where someone pushes you to the limit of saying, I've had enough, I'd rather be by myself, move on, or do this skill or live my life with my own belief system. Every person has at least one gift or talent, because we're all God's children, whoever you see your God to be. Therefore, we're all perfect in our own way and born with a purpose to contribute to the world in the best way we know possible. Only when you find your purpose or talent in life and use it to serve others will you truly feel content and happy within yourself. You see, it's not about things. It's not about money and the stuff you collect. Yes, money can make our lives more fun, interesting, and comfortable for sure. But if you can tie your purpose and your mission to your income, then you will love your life and the work that you do. Defining your talent, it's something that you do extremely well and you derive incredible joy, satisfaction, and pride from. Your talent could be a variety and multitude of things like writing or singing, dancing, speaking, teaching, painting, building cars, cooking, decorating, fashion or hairstyling, working well with numbers, creating scientific experiments, being a great people person, working with kids or animals or the elderly, being organized, being an entrepreneur, being a homemaker, or working with details. Your talent can literally be anything as long as you feel joy and confident about your abilities and love exercising them. While engaging in your talent, you feel your passion. You have increased blood flow and often you feel in the zone. This state of being is commonly described as being the best high ever. The zone or flow is almost a trance-like state. It's spiritual with unconscious flow of energy, and it's like a peaceful yet energetic high. The gift of the writer or the painter, for example, is having the ability to touch our emotions through words or through beautiful images on canvas. And it's effortless, almost without thinking. You see, it just comes. It's the flow state. Sometimes this state is called channeling. Channeling is the energy from God into your work, and it gives it a higher purpose. It's a way to please or help others in our society. And isn't that really what brings true happiness? The ability to touch another human being emotionally, knowing you have inspired others in some deep and meaningful way. Your creation or work brings you incredible joy through the fruits of your labor, an income, a product created, words that inspire, art that is appreciated, or acts that inspire peace by giving back. You'll have true purpose, success, and joy by living a loving, spiritual life and receiving gratitude from someone who was hurting or needed you in some way. Without an inner motivation motivation to reach your higher purpose or to give back to others, your talent or success will not bring the personal happiness that you thought that it would. I can tell you, I absolutely love coaching and working with my clients, whether in groups or one-on-one, to see where they start out and how they end up. Their transformation is so extraordinary, from fear and doubt to confidence, purpose, and success. And that's what this book was about. So this was born within me years ago in my 20s. And when I set up my model and talent school at age 26, I started teaching this method of mindset. So I have been reading books and studies from the masters in this type of psychology and philosophy. And thank God I learned it when I was young, because it got me through some really hard times. And I understand when my clients come to me and they're in pain or doubt or fears or just left a very toxic relationship and are very, very shook up from their love trauma. I know exactly where they are because I've been there. So to turn around my pain and make it my purpose and my passion brings me the greatest joy in life. And I work with people of all types, from teenagers now to senior citizens who are really ready to feel that joy and happiness about their life. Think of all the movie stars and the singers too who have reached great success according to most people's standards, but have committed suicide or self-medicated with drugs or alcohol, or engaged in high-risk behaviors to numb their pain and feelings of unhappiness. You might think, what could they possibly be unhappy about? They have all the fame, the fortune, the toys, the hot cars, fashionable clothes, good-looking partner, jewelry, art, mansions a person could dream of. How could they not be happy? Well, you see, it's not until you contribute to others or give back that you feel that deep sense of satisfaction and personal success, because only then you are living for a higher purpose. Throughout my years as a counselor and a coach, I've worked with many celebrities and people that have reached very high fame, like star athletes, people in movies, and other success stories in business and in life. And they're humans and people that grew up with childhood trauma just like the other 90% of us. They're people too, and I get their pain. I get also that it's even harder for them to deal with that pressure because of the public eye. The public can be so hurtful sometimes and so judgmental, which pushes their traumas and transitions that are difficult to be even more devastating for them. And I love to see that their newfound confidence and joy come back, not only for their art, their creativity, their business, but for themselves and for their life. Fortunately, many of today's actors, singers, and models appear to have found the secret of how to strike the balance in life that brings both happiness and a sense of accomplishment. Many have found an incredible sense of calm by studying the lessons of the enlightened leaders of our past and present. Ask any of the accomplished, effective, and contented leaders we have today, and they will tell you to continue to study, live, and breathe the techniques of a spiritual, faith-based, positive mindset, philosophy, and way of life. And do listen to some of the past podcasts I've recently done with my daughter, Alexi Panos, Mark Lack, a global branding expert, Preston Smiles, my son-in-law, and also global personal transformation and success coach, John Lee Dumas, also a multimillionaire, teaching people how to live their dreams and do their podcasts. I've worked with so many enlightened, beautiful coaches that to be in their presence is so enlightening for me, because they get it. They're one of the 4 to 5% conscious people that are living that life that they've always dreamed of. And they all have a very grounded sense of faith and spirituality. And they always continue to study. The people who dream of being successful, the actors, the singers, the models, the dancers, or business leaders, all wonder how the people who made it actually did so. What were the differences, the approaches, the knowledge, the strategies, the education, the privileges that they were given that got them to where they are? How did these individuals go from being just a normal kid to incredible leaders in their field, and also many from childhood trauma? How did they overcome that to become these successful people and mentor to others? How do people go from that A to Z, especially when they grow up without the privileges or lack good parental role models, come from broken families, or parents who put them down and say they're not good enough, or have negative peers trying to influence them in harmful ways, or they live in an uncertain world filled with terrorism or uncertainty and a crumbling economy? You see, the good news is these lessons are the same for everyone. I have taught the Watch Me mindset for success to people of all ages, from children as young as age 5 to one of my favorite senior citizens, Hildy, who was 83 when she signed up to be a model at my model and talent school in Erie and New York City. Hildy was a wonderful woman who wanted to model in the worst way, and her husband laughed at her desire and put her down. She was no beauty queen either. She was about 5'3", a little chunky, but had a spitfire personality that I just loved. She joined my talent school anyway, and we all had a blast with her in class, and she became a huge inspiration to her fellow models, all younger than her. She told me that she confidentially said to her husband, "Modeling is something I always dreamed of doing, and if I don't do it now, then when? I'm 83 years old. I don't care what the training costs. I'll pay for it. I don't care what you think, because I think it's about time." Hildy did learn the Watch Me mindset for success and used it in that relationship and became one of my busiest booked models. She made a fortune. It was great. She was in senior banking and senior retirement homes and senior insurance policies. She was on billboards and sales sheets. Cute, adorable little lady, and I was just so proud of her. I gave her a knowing smile the day her husband came in to apologize to me for giving me and his wife such a hard time during her training. He was amazed at all the money she was earning as a Real People senior model, and he wanted to thank me personally. You see, anyone can live their dream. Always remember, your personal success is your best revenge. You'll have no anger or defiance towards others, just your own sense of pride in succeeding. There's never a wrong time to live, breathe, and work the Watch Me mindset. And once you start living it, you'll never want to turn back. You'll never want to. It's something you develop internally. It's deep in your heart, mind, and soul that becomes a part of your conscious awareness and existence. We say we're spiritual 24/7, and we live these concepts every moment of our life. When people hurt us or doubt us, it's only human to want to think, to respond in anger and defiance, and want to seek revenge against those who belittle us. But you see, when you have adopted the Watch Me mindset, you'll find this isn't necessary. You'll not have to respond with anger or defiance at all. Instead of being angry, you may say, "I'm sorry you feel that way, but I don't. Watch me succeed in this business, or pass the test, or make the team, get the job, or find a better relationship," or whatever your dream is to accomplish. You now know what your doubters have given you is really the gift of becoming driven to succeed. You will see that your enemies have no part in the journey except to have been a past teacher. And in reality, yes, they were the teachers who helped you reach the God-given greatness you were supposed to achieve all along. You'll no longer harbor any anger or have any enemies. Your life will be so calm and peaceful. Your personal success will come from knowing you're living your life with passion and a higher purpose. And we live this life humbly because we're really grateful about the journey. It's funny, I know my coaches have been saying for years, get on YouTube and make tons of videos, and I'm kind of shy. I mean, I'm very outgoing socially. I love people. I love to socialize. I love to teach or work in big crowds. But when it's about me on camera, one-on-one, I'm more humble. I'm a spiritual human being, so it's hard to just put myself out there. I just have to keep in mind that this message is for you guys, not about me. So I will be doing more mini videos after show 100. So keep an eye open for that on my YouTube channel, Riana Milne. Anyway, this mental mind shift is how you perceive people and what they've attempted to do to you that will actually make you very strong. There's going to be a time to stand up in a firm yet calm and assertive way, but you'll make your point and you'll move forward. People will listen. You won't waste time in wondering how you're going to get back at anyone. For the only purpose it serves is to keep you stuck in negative thoughts, and who wants that? Or break away from the toxic person. You don't need to stalk anyone on social media or do any of those negative things when it comes to love. If they've lied or cheated, you release them in love and say, you know what? I want you to be happy, because there's many fish in the sea. The world is abundant. There's plenty of great people who will love you better. And what's most important is removing the perception that others can bring you down to make you look small. Your sense of strength and confidence will be so evident that you'll leave them in the dust as they try to figure out why they can't upset you or control you anymore. At this time, you're going to start using the secrets of the 7 Ds to become motivated and to reach your goals one step at a time. Just know that becoming a spiritual, loving person is an extremely important part of the Watch Me mindset for success. I'm also an interfaith minister minister since 1997. I've had the joy of being involved with people's most important day, that of their wedding day, and being the officiant for their service. And I love doing that, and I have found much value in many religious books, but I don't define myself as religious at all. I say that I am spiritual. And spirituality is a very important part of not only my books, all of them, all 7 of them, but also to the mindset for success. And when I mention the word God within the books or my messages or my podcast, I want you to relate that word to how you see your God, the divine or the higher power or purpose in your life. It could also be related to your God self, meaning your highest and your best self. If you do not have a sense of higher power or have a God-like figure in your life, I sincerely hope I can inspire you to connect and live in a spiritual way that works for you. It is really that important to your level of success. And I have to tell you, if you start reading or listening to the masters, they will all tell you the same. So without that faith-based grounding, the 7 Ds, the watch me mindset could become about defiance and an inner anger. And if that happens, it won't work for you. You see, this philosophy is not about winning with your ego or selfish pride, but instead it's about living with spiritual grounding and inner strength so that you can confidently move forward in your toughest of times or your most difficult transitions. You'll be taking your God-given talents as well and reaching out to the world to serve others, finding real joy and gifts in living your purpose. The rewards are many, and once you begin on your path to greatness by living your sense of higher purpose, the happy, evolved human being that you were meant to be will emerge day by day, moment by moment, accomplishment after accomplishment. It is that high, that exhilaration, an incredible feeling of living a peaceful life full of purpose that will keep you in the zone and help you reach your highest degree of contentment, joy, and personal success, that you will say, I'm here. I've created that life I desired, and I'm living in that love relationship that I deserve. So welcome to Live Beyond Your Dreams, from fear and doubt to personal power, purpose, and success. And with that ends the lesson. Okay, love angels and transformers, that's all we have time for today. I hope you enjoyed the lessons from Live Beyond Your Dreams, from fear and doubt to personal power, purpose, and success. You can find that in your Barnes & Noble bookstores, on Amazon, and on other online platforms. You can also get free book chapter downloads of this book and its sister book, the #1 bestseller, Love Beyond Your Dreams, Break Free of Toxic Relationships to Have the Love You Deserve, on my website, rianamilne.com. I appreciate you sharing the love and the mission of helping me change the way the world loves by sending this show link to your friends that you love and care about. Also, please take a moment to subscribe to the show, give it a 5-star rating, and comment on what you liked about the show or what you learned today. And if there's something you want to learn in an upcoming podcast, please write me at the Contact Me page at my website for the podcast, which is lessonsinlifeandlove.com. You can also easily share the show from there. Remember to reach out for help at any time for me during the week at my website, rianamilne.com. And while you're there, get the free ebook. It's right up at the top of the page. Take the 4 free love quizzes. They're really fun and very interesting. You're going to learn a lot from that, as well as take advantage of the other resources that are on the page. And as always, I am here to help you create that life that you desire and to have the love that you deserve. Have a very blessed, safe, and fabulous week.
We want to thank you for joining us on this episode of Lessons in Life and Love with Coach Riana Milne. Go to rianamilne.com for more resources. And if you're really ready to take action to improve your life or love situation, apply now for a session with Riana. And remember, it's time to have the life you desire and the love you deserve.